And we've been joined by Coach Tommy Tuberville from Cincinnati. The Bearcats are 6-3 overall, 4-1 in the American Athletic Conference. Cincinnati was in action this past Thursday against East Carolina. Cincinnati won the game 54-48. Up next for Cincinnati will be this Saturday at UConn, an 8 p.m. Eastern Time start on CBS Sports Network. And as we mentioned at the top of the call, Gunnar Kiel, Cincinnati's quarterback, is the American Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Andrew Gantz, Cincinnati's kicker, is the Special Teams Player of the Week. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call today. If you would take a minute to tie up the win against East Carolina, maybe a word or two about Gunnar's performance and Andrew's performance, and what you expect to see as you head into the game at UConn on Saturday, please.
Proud of our football team last week coming off an open date. We played well. We finally back healthy like we were at the beginning of the year. We played with a lot of intensity and played against a good football team, East Carolina. It's hard to see a team lose a game like that when both teams played very hard and very well. But we're proud to have won the game. Gunnar played not his best game. He made some mistakes, had a few interceptions. But I thought when the game was on the line, he made some big throws. Andrew Gantz has been a pleasant surprise. I think he's 11 out of 12 for the year, and he's a semifinalist for the Rosa Award, and that was a huge kick, 47-yarder. The snap, the hold were the two big things, and then obviously the kick in the 20-degree weather with wind swirling. So excited about his performance. So looking forward this week to going back on the road, going north to Connecticut. Our guys are excited. We got our foot in the door in the conference race. We're back in the race, and we've got to go and continue to get better and play well. Connecticut, as most teams in our league this year, coming off an open date before they play us, and so we got to get ready, knowing we'll get the best shot that they've got.
Take questions for Coach Tuberville, please. *1 on your telephone to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll take Dan Tortora of Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Biggest things that you were able to take away from your offense in the shootout with East Carolina? I know you mentioned Gunnar a little bit, but what you were able to see overall from your team when you're in a situation like that and it's all offense on both sides?
Yeah, I think we took advantage of some things that we do well, more consistent, throwing the ball more down the field. I think just looking, we've had a lull in the game on offense in second and third quarter this year most of the time for some reason. This year we eliminated the lull of inconsistent in the second quarter, but we came out in the third quarter, scored on the first drive, and then the next 2 or 3 drives we didn't do anything at all. So still working on consistency there. Defensively, that's the best game we've played tackling. Defense is all about tackling, getting guys on the ground, especially playing East Carolina, who throws the ball and runs the ball well. They've got probably the best athletes in the conference in terms of skill players, and just proud of our young guys and the secondary and linebackers making plays.
And then as far as your kicker, Andrew Gantz, you had mentioned the 47-yarder, which gave you the lead for good. I don't think special teams always gets the credit that they deserve in their abilities. So to just go a little bit deeper into Andrew and the other guys involved, obviously, with holding and blocking for him, that you can say on your special teams, not just in this game, but overall.
Yeah, unsung heroes, and Kirk Willis, our snapper, and Geraci, our holder, who is actually our punter. Punter didn't have a great night, but he was very consistent. We got a good hang time. They didn't have any returns on us. And Tony Miliano, our kickoff guy, all but his last 2 were as good as we can kick. In the weather, you look at the score and see that there was 100 points scored in that game, and it was probably 15 degrees wind chill. That's very, very tough special teams, offense, defense to perform to that level on both sides, East Carolina's and for our football players. So I thought it was a good exhibition of football for the American Athletic Conference on a national televised game on a Thursday night. I think people heard from a lot of people who said they enjoyed the game. There's a lot of excitement. For us as a football team, we'll take it. We'll go to the next one. We've got a pretty good winning streak going, but we've got to just keep getting better as a team. There's so many things that we can do better. There were so many things in that game we could have done better to make it a situation where it probably didn't come down to that kick. But, that's the way football goes. That's the reason it's exciting. And, dealing with 18, 19-year-old guys is a thrill a minute, every day and every game.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
We'll go next to Tom Gresham of Cincinnati Enquirer.
Hey, Coach. You check other scores. You watch other games. Have you thought about your bowl destination yet? I know you still have 3 games left, but how much, if at all, do you pay attention to there's a lot of bowl projections online?
No, I don't even look at them. Really doesn't make any difference because they change by the minute, wherever you're going to go. The main thing is you want to get to 6 as early as possible because there's a lot of pressure in college football of winning games and going to bowl games and winning championships. And so with all these young kids, it was good for us to get to that 6th game where that's over with. It's done. Now we can concentrate on playing and having a chance to possibly getting our foot in the door on this championship. It's going to be hard to do, but we can't really control everything. But the thing we can control is getting better and not worrying about that. Now we know that we're eligible. We'll just keep plugging along and see if we can get better in the next 17, 18 days because this thing will be over with very quickly. And I want us to be the best team we can possibly be. I don't know whether we can win another game. I just want us to be better as we go through and make ourselves attractive for a possible bowl invitation if it comes.
Do you speak along the lines of UConn now? Their record, we know what it is, but they have a pretty big win recently. Can you talk about what might make them a dangerous team?
Well, number one, they're playing at home. They're coming off an open date, which we're used to that, playing people coming off an open date. And they've got a new coach, young coach, who's very enthusiastic. You can tell he's made changes during the year to make the team better. They're a much better team this year than they were last year at this time. We beat them pretty good last year here. So knowing that, they played one of their better games in the last few weeks, they've got some momentum going. I'm sure they want to finish the year out on the right foot, and I'm sure he's looking to the future. So I don't know what to expect. I'm sure he's going to make some changes going into the last few weeks, knowing that he might have some young guys he wants to start playing. Try to win some more games and start working for the spring practice and for next year. So it'll be difficult on us to plan this game, knowing that they've got some athletes that they can put at different positions, possibly to give them a shot in the arm. So this week we're just going to work to try to make us better, try to put a good game plan in and see if we can go execute it and try to execute better than what we've done the last few weeks.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Jim Fuller of New Haven Register.
Yes, Coach. Your freshman running back's really come on the last few weeks. When this season started, did you envision him having this bigger role in your offense?
No, I really didn't. We were going to redshirt the freshman, and we actually got our starting running back and our backup running back hurt for the year in the first 4 or 5 weeks. And so we knew he's a good athlete. He actually played receiver in the last year of high school. He'd been a running back, but played on a passing team, so they put him at receiver. And so we played our third-team running back, which is a lot like Mike, our fourth-team running back, the freshman. And I think both of them complement each other real well. They make people miss. They're quicker than the starters that we had early in the season. They give us an extra dimension in screen plays, balls out of the backfield to backs. And I think if you put them on the field, which we have obviously in the last few weeks, along with 4 wide receivers, it's hard to cover those guys, especially man coverage. And so just looking forward to, Mike being around for the next 3 years. I hated to have to play him. I wanted to redshirt him. But he's helped this football team. He's helped us get better, along with Rodden Moore, the third-team guy who's now really the starter. Both of those guys have really played well and made us a better team as we've gone down the stretch.
How about UConn? They have two true freshmen there among their, right now are carrying the bulk of their rushing. What have you seen from those two guys that are going to make them tough to deal with?
Kind of the same thing. They're trying to learn as my young guys trying to learn, how to play the game. And sometimes younger guys play better. They don't have a lot of things in their head that they're trying to overcome. They just go out and play and you can tell these guys doing the same thing. They go out and turn it loose and excited about playing. Sometimes older kids, they get in ruts and they think they're maybe better sometimes than what they are, and younger guys go in and give you an extra dimension in terms of momentum and guys that just want to play harder. So that's what I look at. They're guys on their team. You can tell they're last year they came here. They were in disarray after losing their coach, but this group this year, Bob's done a good job of putting his fingerprint on it. He knows that the best years are down the road for him, but he's doing it his way, and they're playing very hard, and that's what you want them to do. You want them to play hard, no matter whether they're seniors or freshmen. And as I said, beating UCF a couple of weeks ago was a huge win for his program.
Thank you.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Tuberville, please?
No further questions.
Well, thank you for your time today. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.